There is a kind of exhaustion that almost no one talks about. The exhaustion of constantly wondering whether the person you love is slowly falling out of love with you. It doesn't begin with a breakup or a dramatic argument. It begins with the smallest things. A text that takes longer than usual, a missed phone call, a smile that feels just a little different. And within minutes, your mind has already written an entire story. Did something change? Did they meet someone better? Am I about to lose them? The thing that drains so many people in love isn't what actually happens. It's the battle that never stops inside their own mind. Most people believe the hardest part of love is finding the right person. We spend years hoping someone will come into our lives and finally make everything feel complete. But once we actually find that person, another fear quietly takes over. We stop worrying about being alone. We start worrying about losing the one we finally found. And somehow, the deeper we fall in love, the more powerful that fear becomes. That's when everything starts to change, almost without us noticing. We check our phones more often. We analyze every little change in their voice, their mood, their behavior. We want to know where they are, what they're doing, who they're with, and what they're thinking. Not because we want to control them, or at least that's what we tell ourselves. We call it love. We call it caring. We tell ourselves we're just protecting something precious. But underneath all of it is one quiet question that never seems to disappear. How do I make sure they never leave? The strange part is that the harder we try to hold on to someone, the more anxious we become. Every reassurance feels temporary. A loving text calms us down for a little while. Then the mind starts searching for the next reason to worry. Today it's a delayed reply. Tomorrow it's a new coworker. The day after that, it's simply the silence that naturally exists in every healthy relationship. It's like trying to quench your thirst with salt water. The more reassurance you chase from someone else, the thirstier your heart becomes. Maybe that's because we've been taught something that sounds comforting, but quietly hurts us. We grow up believing that if we care enough, sacrifice enough, and give enough of ourselves, love will become secure. We believe our happiness lives in another person's hands. We tell ourselves that if they always text back, always stay close, and always behave the way we hope they will, then our anxiety will finally disappear. Without realizing it, we've handed someone else the keys to our emotional peace. But here's the truth. No one can create lasting security for a heart that has never learned to feel safe within itself. Even someone who truly loves you can't spend every hour proving it. Life will always bring busy days, misunderstandings, unexpected changes, and moments of distance. If every quiet moment feels like evidence that you're about to be abandoned, no amount of love will ever feel like enough. That's why the more your happiness depends on another person, the more terrifying it becomes to imagine losing them. Ironically, that fear slowly turns love into something heavy. One person constantly needs reassurance. The other constantly feels responsible for providing it. Neither person wants to hurt the other, yet both end up emotionally exhausted. The problem was never a lack of love. It was too much fear wearing love's disguise. The ability to master a relationship has never been about making someone stay. It's about keeping yourself while you're in love. There's a huge difference between sharing your life with someone and making them your entire life. Someone who still has their own passions, friendships, goals, and sense of purpose won't feel like their entire world is collapsing just because their partner is busy for an afternoon. Not because they love less, but because they understand that love is meant to enrich life, not replace it. When someone truly knows their own worth, they stop expecting their partner to read their mind. Instead of shutting down or becoming defensive, they can simply say, "I've been feeling a little insecure today." They learn to ask instead of assume. They listen before jumping to conclusions. They understand that healthy relationships need healthy boundaries, because two people can't keep choosing each other if neither of them has room to remain themselves. The more those boundaries are respected, the less control is needed. Because trust doesn't grow from watching each other, it grows from choosing each other, over and over again. Healthy love is never built on dependence. It's built by two independent people who are fully capable of standing on their own, yet still choose to walk side by side. Not because they can't survive without each other, but because life feels richer together. Mastering love has never meant mastering the person you love. It means learning to manage your own emotions, your own expectations, and the way you choose to love another human being. Maybe that's the most beautiful thing love can become. Not a place where one person turns into your entire world, but a place where two complete worlds meet, without either one disappearing. When someone learns to be genuinely happy on their own, they stop loving out of fear of loneliness. They stop clinging out of fear of loss. They stop controlling because anxiety no longer needs constant reassurance. Instead, they love because they truly want to build a life alongside another person, while continuing to build one of their own. And that's the moment love finally becomes what it was always meant to be. Not a search for someone to complete you, but a place where two whole people choose to grow together. The people who truly master love are rarely the ones who hold on the tightest. They're the ones who never lose themselves in the process of loving someone else. Just as a river can only keep flowing because it never loses its source, a heart can only love peacefully when it never forgets where it belongs. If today's story felt a little too familiar, remember that you don't have to figure everything out all at once. Sometimes, understanding your own heart is already the beginning of healing. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to share your experience in the comments. And if you're looking for a place filled with gentle reminders about love, healing, and emotional growth, I'd be honored to have you join this community by subscribing. Until next time, take good care of your heart.